This video is to show you how to fill out a travel expense claim form. This is a form for sports clubs that are requesting reimbursement after a trip. On the CI webpage, search Financial Services. On the right-hand side, you're going to click Forms and Tutorials. On this page, you can click under the table of contents to take you directly to the form. It will be travel-related under Accounts Payable forms. Here's a travel expense claim form. Please note that there are two different versions. Please always use the newest version. Another note for this is that this form cannot be saved. Please make sure you do it on a computer that you're able to print from. If you live on campus or are on campus, the library is a great place to do this. The first thing to note on this form is how you want your check to be sent to you. Direct deposit is unfortunately not available to students even if you work on campus. Please choose from Pick Up at Student Business Services, which is in Sage Hall, or Mail to Payee. This will be mailed to the address that you note on this form. Next, you want to select that you are a student. All trips, aside from out-of-state trips, will fall under domestic travel, so you do not need to change this. Next, please enter your full name. The supplier number is something that every sports club member will have to have in order to submit a travel expense claim form. If you do not know your supplier number, you can leave it blank and a sports club staff member will fill it in for you. Also, if your trip required a CIT number for rentals, you are going to put that here. If you do not know your CIT number, a staff member will fill that in for you. Next will be your full mailing address. This includes the address, the city, the state, and the zip code. Next, this will be your phone number. And if you're the one preparing your own form, you're just going to copy and paste that to the next line. And make sure you write your name in where it says prepared by. If you use your own vehicle and are requesting a gas reimbursement, please make sure to have your car's license plate number put into this. Next, you're going to want to note your departure date. So we'll say that we're leaving October 14th at 8 a.m. And we came back on October 16th at 5 p.m. This will be the time that you depart from campus. For travel days are personal, you will put 0. This next section is very important. You need to make sure that you're detailed in what you are requesting, where you went, and what club you are representing. In this description, it details what club, which is Surf Club, where they traveled to Santa Cruz, and for what competition, the Maverick Surf Competition. The individual is requesting $40 in fuel reimbursement for the trip, but their receipt reads $55. Then they detail that only $40 is being requested. They also detail another request of $100 in reimbursement for lodging costs. Then they list the total of the reimbursement being $140. In this next section, if anything that you are requesting has something to do with what's listed, please make sure that you check one of the boxes. An example of this could be if you have a rental car. If you do, and if it was through a CIT number, please indicate that the school has paid for it by checking yes. You can also put the total of the rental car right here. If it was something else for conference or registration fees, you can put the amount here and then check if you paid it and you need to be reimbursed, or if it was prepaid by the school. The next section, please detail what you are requesting. This will usually be all of the information that you find on your receipts. For destination and location, this will be where you got gas. And then for the lodging, it will be where that lodging was. So this is what it will look like once you input all of your expenses. One thing important to notice is that for lodging, it has to be broken up into per night. So since the total was $100, we divided in 2, and we spent $50 the first night and $50 the second night. Another important thing to notice is although we are only requesting $40 in expense for fuel, we are still going to put the full amount that is on the receipt. Next under here is what you're going to use your workbook to reference. So for fuel, you will have to look up what the accounting code for fuel is and input that there. For lodging, that depends on where you listed it in your workbook. For this one, we're going to put in-state travel. So for these next sections, what you're going to have to do is identify the fund, department, and program. So fund would be TK 920. If you are using your ASI fundraised funds, that would be your ASI 02. Department is going to be for sports clubs, so 550102. And program will be specific to your own club. So each club has their specific programming code, which can be found in your workbook. Next, for class and project, you can just fill those in with zeros. So for our fuel, we put $40 that we're asking for in reimbursement, and then for lodging, we're going to put our $100. So here will be the total reimbursable expenses, as in you can be reimbursed up to that amount because of what you spent, what's reflected on your receipts, and below you'll see your actual reimbursed total. So what you're actually asking for should add up to this. Below this, please make sure that you type your name in. And then for the bottom two, you can leave those blank and a sports club staff member will fill those in for you. Now, please review what you filled out, make sure everything is correct and spelling is correct, numbers are correct. Then you're going to print it out. Once it's printed, please sign where it says traveler's signature and date it. You will then turn this in along with a copy of your itinerary for your trip and your receipts. Please make sure that your receipts, if they're loose, are taped down to a piece of white paper. If you don't have that, the Rec Center staff will be happy to help you. If you do have any further questions for the travel expense claim form, please contact your sports club staff representatives.